I would like to thank one of my supporters, Delana Smith, for tagging me in this post right here. And y'all are going to laugh hard when y'all listen to this. Now, this is a story that possibly one of my subscribers has sent me probably about a few days ago, but I probably didn't get a chance to get to it. If you did, thank you for sending it to me. But this is more of an update to that. See, this is why I'm kind of glad when I wait and do certain topics. So this man, the white guy in the video, not the video, but in the picture, his name is Jeff Whitman, and he runs this company, or ran this company called Uriah's Heating, Cooling, Refrigeration. On the right is a man by the name of Charles Lovett. On July 24th, this man, Jeff Whitman, decided to call Charles Lovett a nigger and to say a whole bunch of obscene things. Charles Lovett was recording him when he said it. The video went viral, and as of today, Jeff Whitman business is in shambles. They said on the Yelp page, the Yelp review page, where it has all the businesses, he had a shitload of negative reviews. A lot of 1 stars. Or no stars. More cons than pros. More negatives than positive. Now, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to read this article, and I want you to hear something, hear what he says. Because it goes back to something I have said and echoed in a lot of my previous videos when it comes to white people and how they are racist towards black people, and when they get their wake-up call, how they try to not only switch the narrative, but to try to remove themselves from the situation and then try to fault blame somewhere else instead of on themselves. A white Ohio contractor said his life was ruined after a video was posted earlier this month of him calling a black man a nigger. Jeff Whitman told the publication Sunday that people shared pictures of him online and that his business was left with hundreds of negative reviews on Yelp. It was an awful mistake, and obviously I don't know how to explain it, and it's ruined my life and it's ruined my family's life, he said. Whitman was caught on video harassing a black man by the name of Charles Lovett outside his home on July 24th over a traffic incident the two were involved in. Now, this goes back to what I was saying when I said white people, for the most part, have the worst road rage ever. If they are not cursing people out during a road rage incident, they end up following them to wherever they go, and then they mess with them then. That's what happened with that football player down in Texas. There was an incident that happened, I think it was last month, where this white guy went and chased this woman into a parking lot and ended up shooting her and her son. Then you had Bianca Roberson, what happened last year, where the guy shot her through her glass and shot her in the head, and she went crashing into an embankment and she died. All 3 of them were white men, and there probably are some more out there. Like I said, they have the worst road rage, and it's mostly the white males have the worst road rage ever. You can even cut them off in traffic and they'll still get mad, and they don't want to let that go. I don't know what it is about holding a grudge with road rage, but with them, but it's just something that I think is just within them. Whitman said the negative reaction toward him has affected his business, Uriah's Heating, Cooling, and Refrigeration. I'm out of business. I'm completely out. I'm done. I'll never work in Columbus again. This has completely and thoroughly ruined my life, he told the Dispatch. Whitman claims he isn't a bigot. What he said was a quote-unquote mistake, and that he was confused by people's responses. I just don't understand the intensity of the hate. Oh, see what I'm talking about? And also notice in the entire article, did he not once apologize? What is something else that I've said? White people, for the most part, cannot apologize to save their life. And if they do, it's only because they got their backs pushed up against the wall. So you can't really say that their apology is genuine. They only said it because they are in a panic state and they feel like it's the right thing to do. But to be honest, whether you apologize or not, you already did it. And Jeff Whitman, you brought this on yourself. See, what he's trying to do is he's trying to shift blames to Charles Lovett and say that it's his fault for making him say those things about him and for making him record him and making it go viral. So he's trying to shift blame to this black guy. That he didn't say it, but subliminally that's what he was saying. He didn't put any blame or fault on himself in his actions. He feels that all this hatred and negativity that's coming his way, which is well deserved by the way, is not his fault. This guy is absolutely delusional, but maybe he's not. He's just playing the game. But you know what? At the end of the day, his business is suffering, and that's all that matters. That means he's losing out on money. And if he feels so bad, like for his family, well, that's his fault. He put himself and his family in that position when he decided to do what he did. He must not be aware of what happened with Barbecue Becky and Permit Patty, especially Permit Patty, because she lost her business as well. So he's about to join the rest of them down in that goddamn trash heap of nothingness. And I'm almost certain that the majority of his customers were white. So that lets you know right there that even they don't agree with what he did. So he's trying to play the sympathy role where people feel bad for him. Nobody feel bad for him. I don't, you don't, we don't. I feel nothing. We feel nothing. So at the end of the day, this black guy, he's the one that really came out on top. All he did was expose the world to this guy's racism, and that's at the ultimate end of the day. That's what Jeff Whitman was trying to keep boxed in and private, but he couldn't help himself. See, these white folks out here, y'all must not know that we live in the age of technology and information and cameras on phones. All we gotta do is pull out the phone one good time, record you being like a dumbass, and that's pretty much it. Unless you're a cop, where you could probably most likely get away with it, but you're not. And to be honest, that's why many of them hate or love to say that we live in a very PC generation or PC time. And granted, we do live in a PC time, but for them, they want to get away with doing the stuff that their ancestors did back in the day, especially during Jim Crow. They want to be able to say those words and things about us and face no consequences. Nah, that's not going to fly. Because guess what else we can do? If we wanted to put the phone down, we can definitely throw hands, and we know most of y'all asses can't fight. That's why many of y'all got to have that great equalizer known as the gun on your side, because that's the only thing that you can use to protect yourself. But, oh well, it is what it is. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. The links will be down below for my PayPal and Patreon. Feel free to donate and or become a member on Patreon. And I will talk to you in the next one.